What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another weekly update video for you guys. Today is the week of the 28th, and this has been last week was a pretty interesting week, and I anticipate on this week being a pretty interesting week with gaming. Anyway, so let's talk about some news that went on this week in the trophy community, I guess you could say. So as for news, there wasn't really anything too crazy going on. This week on the 25th, which was Thursday, we had PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, Twisted Metal, and Warhawk servers were all supposed to shut down at some point. I didn't really follow up later in the week and the weekend to figure out if they actually did shut down. I'm assuming that they did. Sony said that they were going to, so I'm going to make the assumption that they did shut down. But that was their scheduled due date to shut down was on Thursday. So as whatever I know, they're probably all unobtainable now for the multiplayer. But that's really the only thing that happened this week in the trophy community that was pretty interesting or crazy, I guess you could say. There was no server announcements, like server shutdown announcements, so nothing crazy like that. We're in the clear for another week to see if anything else gets shut down. Anyway, let's talk about what I've been doing. So the 28th, the 28th, I'm sorry, it would have been the 21st. The 21st, we have Twisted Metal and House of the Dead 3. So let's talk about what I was playing last week. I should probably discuss that before I start going into it. So last week was the 21st. That's when last week was. So the 21st, you can see I was playing Twisted Metal and House of the Dead 3. That was on stream. That was last Sunday, I think. So I did stream those. I did get the Platinum in Twisted Metal and then play some House of the Dead 3. So what else did I do during the week? Not much, really. Once I platinum Twisted Metal, basically after that stream on Sunday when I platinum Twisted Metal and did all that, I went back to playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But then I also was putting out trophy guides for Twisted Metal because I was kind of torn between that. I wanted to make guides, but then I didn't want to make guides, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to make them because I've already done it, and the game's going to be unobtainable soon. And then I figured, I thought to myself, well, my thought process has always been I want to make guides for every single game, so why would I exclude Twisted Metal? Even if the servers are shutting down, why would I exclude it? Because even when I get around to playing Killzone 2 and 3, I want to make trophy guides on the game, even though the servers are down. So, I was kind of torn between it, but I ended up making guides for the game, so, it was whatever. They were really easy to make, and honestly, I don't know why those trophies are as rare as they are when it comes down to it. But anyway, earlier in the week, I spent most of my time making the guides for Twisted Metal, which was, you can say what you want to say if it was a good way to spend my time, but whatever. I was also, during that time, playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like I said, picked that up for a little bit. Didn't really earn any trophies because there's just so much to do in the game, and I'm just running around doing a bunch of stuff. But I did play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for a little bit, and then we also played the co-op for Uncharted 2. Now, I do want to mention this. Actually, before we talk about that, let me also mention that earlier in the week, I did do the multiplayer for PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale on the Vita, another game that I was kind of torn between, should I do it or should I not? And I decided, the servers are going down, so I'm going to either have to do it now or I'm never going to be able to do it. So might as well just do it since I own the game. It was free on Plus. So, I was like, might as well just do it since, I can do it. And I don't want to be like down the line, like, oh, I really wish I did that. Well, I've already done it. So am I going to have another stack? Whatever. I really don't care. We getting the trophies out here. But anyway, Uncharted 2. So we did Uncharted 2. We started on this a few weeks ago, like a week or two ago. And the goal was to do the co-op first, and then after the co-op, do the PvP multiplayer trophies. The PvP multiplayer isn't too bad. I think the worst thing is the 2,500 kills, which honestly isn't too bad, considering some games. But I do want to mention this just in case anyone decides that they want to point it out here. So, what ended up happening was the co-op. There's 3 co-op missions. Okay, we beat one of the co-op missions on hard, and then it unlocked crushing on all of them for some reason. I don't know why it did that, but we beat one on hard and it unlocked crushing for the rest. So what we ended up doing was we beat all of them on crushing to see if that would auto pop the hard difficulty trophy, and it didn't. So if you look at the timestamps right here for completing all 3 co-op objective maps on crushing, I earned that before I earned it on hard. So that looks a little strange, doesn't it? But yeah, the trophy or the difficulty doesn't stack, and you unlock crushing after you do 1 on hard. So we were like, oh, let's just do crushing. Let's get the hardest out of the way first. Maybe it'll auto pop hard, which it didn't. So we had to play them all through on hard again, which we did in one. The hard ones we did in one night, super easy. Crushing were kind of easy, except that one last map. That was interesting. But the goal, I guess, for this now is going to be to do the PvP multiplayer soon. So we'll see where that goes. But all in all, the co-op done. The hardest part of, the most difficult part, the actual difficult part of these DLCs is done. So I can't be any happier about that. But yeah, that's just coming along. And then obviously after Uncharted 2, hopefully we get into Uncharted 3. Don't really know. I mean, I would like to, but with one of these games that I've been playing recently, I'll talk about that. I don't know how much I'll be boosting in the next week or two, so I would like to boost a little bit here and there, but I would really like to get this other game done. Anyway, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Like I said, I did the online for this, which it's just a few random trophies here and there. Getting a double kill and triple kill and things like that. And then I ended up playing this a little bit today while I was waiting for something else. So yeah, I was just playing through some of the arcade modes, but that's basically all I have to do is the arcade mode. And then a few of these trophies at the bottom. This is a really easy platinum, really straightforward. It just takes time, and time is something that I don't have too much of at the moment, free time. So who knows when this will actually get done. Hopefully I can just chip away at it. If I'm boosting the game or something, I can play arcade mode or something like that. That's the nice thing of having a Vita, is you can kind of multitask if you want to. But I don't do that too often. So I've been debating taking my Vita to like work and like when I'm on my lunch break playing it, but I'm like, nah, because what'll end up happening is like it'll be like 9-10 in the morning. I'll be bored at my desk and I'll be like, hey, let's play some Vita, and then I'll play Vita for like 15 minutes, and then 15 will turn into 30, and then an hour, and then next thing you know, my boss will come over and I'll be like, yo, what are you doing? And I'll be like, oh shit, and then yeah, it'll just turn into a whole bed. It'll snowball. Let's just say that. So let's not take that to work and think about doing that, even though that sounds really disgusting. But yeah, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, would love to get this done on the Vita, and then who knows when I'll touch the PS3 one. But I did order this week. I did order 2 games for my Vita. 2 games. Yeah, I got 2 physical games for my Vita this week. I got Assassin's Creed Liberation, and I also got Killzone Mercenary. So I have all of the games that I want on the Vita, I think. Physically, there might be a few other, like God of War collection maybe, and some other stuff, but for the most part I have everything that I want, that being Assassin's Creed Liberation, Killzone Mercenary, what else do I have, Resistance Burning Skies, and then Uncharted, whatever the Uncharted is on the Vita. I can't even remember Uncharted. Wow, that's gonna really irritate me. Gotta look it up now. I gotta look it up. Uncharted, what is it? Golden Abyss. We got that boy too. So I've got all those. So like I said, the Vita's nice because you can kind of play it if you're boosting games or if you're just sitting here. But most of the times, if I'm just sitting here, I'm like looking at stuff on the internet. So I don't know. I just play it whenever. I don't really like sit down and play my Vita for hours on a time. But the reason I was playing my Vita today is because of actually the next game, Guitar Hero Live. So if you don't know, the only thing I've been going in for Guitar Hero Live is 1 trophy. Now, if you're paying attention to the top, you'll see that I actually did earn the trophy that I was going for. And the trophy that I was going for was Strum Millionaire, which was to strum 1 million times in GHTV right here. So basically what I've been doing is I had a saw hooked up to my guitar. I'm not sure if anyone knows about it. If you're in the Discord server, you know about this little joke going around. But I had a saw hooked up to my guitar, like a reciprocating saw hooked up to my guitar. And basically whenever I was home alone or I had like one person in the house, I would just run the reciprocating saw as long as possible, and it would just auto strum for me and I would get strums. Now, in the game, you don't actually have to hit notes and stuff for the strums to count. You literally can strum as many times as you want to during a song. So I would just let this saw run like for hours at a time, hoping to get a decent amount of strums. And I've done this over the past few weeks, and I've only gone from 300k to 600k strums. I got to 300k just playing through and doing everything in GHTV, and then I did another 300k from the saw. Then I only had 400k left. So today, on Sunday, I sat down and I let the saw go, and I let it go. I started at 11. Okay, I started at 11, and then I let it go to 1. And I came up at 1, and I saw it DC'd me from the game. So I was like, crap. So I backed out. I checked my strums. I was at like 700k. So I was like, 100k in 2 hours. I mean, that's not awful. It's below what I usually get, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm at 700k. So I let it run then from 1 to 3:30. And checking on it about every half an hour or so to make sure I didn't DC. I was being very vigilant there to make sure I didn't DC and waste time. So I was doing that. I ended up turning it off around 3:30. I back out to the main menu, and I'm at like 988,000 strums. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? I was like, what? What? Excuse me? Sorry, no, I was at 900k. I wasn't that high. I was at 900k. So I went in an hour and a half, I went from 700k to 900k. So I was like, okay, 3:30. So I was like, let me let it go for like another 45 minutes or so. 45 minutes to an hour. So I let it go for another 45 minutes to an hour. And then I turned it off for good because I was like, this saw's been running for like 5 hours. Like, let's let that thing calm down. So I go up and I back out and I check my strums, and I'm at 988,000 strums. So I'm like, holy shit. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I knew I was going to be that close, but I was still in shock. Like, holy shit, this is about to be done. So I ended up packing the saw up, and I played a few songs, and then I strummed a little bit, like, manually, played a few songs, strummed a little bit manually, and then I ended up getting 1,000,000 strums. So I got that done. So now, theoretically, in Guitar Hero Live, I can go ahead and get this platinum. I've done all the online stuff, which is the GHTV stuff, so I'm not sure when I'll work on the rest of this. The rest of it is very easy, other than Oh You Fancy and Replay King could take a while, but for the most part, everything else is pretty straightforward. Just basically play the story mode, play arcade mode, things of that sort. Very easy. So I just have to play it. Now, I don't know when I will play it. I would like to play it a few hours here and there, but I don't want to spend all my time on it. And the main reason for that is the next game, which is Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you don't know, you're probably living under a rock. But on Friday, Red Dead Redemption 2 dropped. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the game. I don't want to give any spoilers or anything, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, because I hate when people talk about brand new games when they come out, and they don't let people really digest them. But I'll just say I'm enjoying the game. I think it's good. I think it has a few flaws in it. I think it's a little overdeveloped in certain areas, but all in all, it's a really good game. So I have been making trophy guides on the game, and I plan to keep making trophy guides on the game. The thing is, the game has a lot of missables, it has a lot of collectibles, it has a lot of side stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do in the game. So I want to make as many videos as possible on the game, but I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to really spoil too much stuff in the game. So, if expect to see some videos, some trophy guides, collectible guides and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna, I was thinking about making, like gold mission walkthrough videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. I'm not 100% sure. It could be a thing. It couldn't be a thing. I'm going to kind of wait in the community and see if people are actually struggling with it. If it's something that people are actually struggling with, then I'll look into it a little farther, but that's still up in the air. But I still want to make trophy guides, collectible guides for everything and anything in the game. And my plan is to get this done within the next month or so, because Red Dead Online should be coming out within the next month or so. And I want to be ready for that online, like the day it comes out, just because I want to experience it the day it comes out, kind of like GTA Online. That was quite the experience. Some of it was not fun, but for a majority of it, it was pretty interesting, the glitches and stuff that you could come across. So yeah, a majority of my time within the next month is probably going to be spent on Red Dead 2, just to get it done as quick as possible, but not miss anything, but still get guides out and everything. So that's probably the goal. I sit here and I look at people like Power PYX, and I'm like, holy shit, this man's a machine. And then I remember he does this for a living, and he probably, he doesn't work a full-time job like I do and all this and that. So, that's why I can't get videos out as quick as he can and be as convenient as he is. But I do try to do stuff as fast as possible with while still enjoying the game, because I'm assuming he enjoys the games, but I'm not going to say anything. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting week. A decent amount of games played, and some good games came out. I should say a good game came out. So it's not anything too important. So anyway, let me go over here. We'll pull this boy up. Well, I'll pull it up on the side here. So, what's my upcoming games? What do I plan on playing in the next week? Well, obviously Red Dead 2. I mean, that's plain and simple right there. I want to play Red Dead 2 as much as possible. And that's that. What do I want to boost? I mean, I'm not really sure. I would like to get into Uncharted 2 a little bit. I've had Cats and Carlos kind of asking me to do Friday the 13th, and honestly, I really don't want to start Friday the 13th until I finish something, because I feel like I haven't finished something in a while. I really don't want to dive into a big game like Friday the 13th until at least Uncharted 2 is done. I mean, that's just a minimum Uncharted 2, because Friday the 13th is not an easy game. I mean, that's a time consuming, that's a long game, and I don't mind doing it. I would like some, first of all, breathing room to play a game. Red Dead 2 freaking came out. I've heard people all over the internet basically saying, "Oh, I've given Red Dead a break. I've kind of burnt myself out." The game came out Friday. It's Sunday. How did you burn yourself out that quick? Like, what? How? How? I mean, unless you were playing it Friday, like all of Friday, all of Saturday, and all of Sunday, which I'm sure people were, but I know these people weren't. I don't know, like, I'm burnt out. What? I wish I had more time in the day to play it. That's how I feel. But yeah, before I start Friday the 13th and really like dive into it, I would like to finish some stuff up. Like Uncharted 2, yeah, I would like to do that. World at War would be really nice to get done, the DLC. And we're already talking about playing all these other games. And it's like, bro, I would like to do World at War. I would like to do Uncharted 2. Like, I would like to finish a game before I move on to another one. I mean, that's just me. I don't want to have 5 multiplayer games on my plate at one time. That's just how I feel. I don't, because I'm going to overwhelm myself. Then if I have 5 things to play, I'm not going to know what to pick. I just want to do one at a time, keep it easy, and that's that. Another thing that I want to do, which I kind of, I want to say low-key forgot about, but I really didn't, because it's something I keep thinking about, is Destiny 2. I mean, I really want to go back and finish this. People have earned all the trophies. People have got the 100%. So, I mean, it's doable. It's just like, I really don't want to get on this game at the end of the day. Like, the amount of dreading that I'm doing to get on this game is ridiculous. So I really don't want to get on the game, but I do want to get this DLC done. So I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll hop on and I'll finish it, but for now, it's still in the back burner. And especially since Red Dead 2 came out, like, I'm telling you, man, Red Dead 2 is basically going to be my life for the next few weeks. I'll boost games here and there, but for the most part, Red Dead 2 is probably going to be my life, because I love Red Dead 1. And this is the funniest thing that I find about Red Dead 2, is a lot of these people that are jerking off Red Dead 2, like, oh, Red Dead 2, best game ever, blah, 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 blah. They haven't even touched Red Dead 1. Like, they probably played the first mission in the game and they're like, yo, who's John Marston? Like, I guarantee that's how people are. Like, these motherfuckers never even touched Red Dead 1, and they're like jerking Red Dead 2 off. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. I hate that. I'm all for having more people play a game, bringing more people into a new franchise and everything, but like, dude, you're literally sitting here jerking off Red Dead 2, like, oh, best game ever, like, this is my favorite franchise ever. Bro, it's the first game you played in the franchise. How can it be your favorite franchise ever when this is your first game in the franchise? Like, come on now. Come on. Anyway, I digress. That's my little rant. That's why I enjoyed doing series, because it shows that you're invested in the series and the franchise, and you're not just bandwagoning because, oh, it's the next greatest thing. It's gonna be the greatest game this year, Red Dead 2. It's like all these streamers that are playing it. People like Keemstar and shit. Oh, Red Dead 2, man, that's the game. So, did you even touch Red Dead 1? Like, real shit. Because Red Dead 1 kind of flew under that radar. Not many people knew about it. And, it's funny because I'm saying this, but back in the day, that's exactly how I was. I mean, I remember I was in high school. Red Dead 1 came out in, 2010, 2011? Let's figure it out. Red Dead Redemption 1 came out in 2010. So 2010, I would have been a sophomore in high school, I think. So I remember this game came out, and the other game that came out around this time was this game, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. These games came out relatively the same year, okay? I didn't worry about playing new games back then, so I didn't really stay on the new game hype. But I remember I had this one friend who basically he was on the new game hype back then. His parents bought him basically whatever game he wanted. This is actually the guy that I got Dead Island from, and I borrowed it from him, and then I tried to give it back to him, and he's like, yeah, I don't want it. You can have it. It bad. I don't even want to touch it anymore. So I was like, hey, free game for me. But no, so this guy, he always got this game. Now, this guy, he always got new games. He always got the new games back in high school. And I remember I was in like social studies or whatever history class with him, and I had just got done playing like Assassin's Creed 2 or something, because that was about the time Assassin's Creed 2 came out in 2009, I think. So I had just like platinumed Assassin's Creed 2 basically, which was like, I think I did that early or late 2000, I don't know. It was like late 2010 or something. Brotherhood basically came out like a month or so before, and I remember I platinumed AC2, and I was like, yo, man, like AC2, great game. But you know what would be awesome? Yo, if they made an Assassin's Creed game that had online, like free roam online, something like that. And he was like, oh, they're making the new one that just came out or is coming out or whatever. Like, it has online. And I was like, free roam? He's like, nah, it's like PvP. But I was like, damn. I mean, that's pretty dope though. And I remember I got Brotherhood when it came out, and I played that game. I played the PvP in that game, the multiplayer in that game religiously, and I got all the trophies legit in that game. So in the online, the one game that I didn't cheat on, right? Since boosting's cheating. But no, I got that, and then the reason I'm bringing this up is because I remember I had a conversation with him before, because before I bought my PS3, I was actually a freshman in high school, okay? Let's take a little trip back here. So I was a freshman in high school, and I remember I was in the same social studies history class. I was in it with this kid and someone else, and I was like, at the time I had a PS2, and I remember I was trying to get San Andreas from people, or I was trying to find people that had San Andreas on the PS2, because I wasn't allowed to have rated M games. I didn't have anyone in my family that would buy rated M games, so it was kind of hard for me to get rated M games unless it was a game that my uncle had on the PS2 that he gave to us. He had San Andreas as a game with that PS2 that he gave us, but the disc didn't work. Go figure, right? So I was at school, and since everyone had a 360 now, no one had a PS2, everyone had a 360, I would basically go around school. I'm like, yo, any of you guys got, like, I didn't ask everyone, but, I was asking people, like, yo, you got San Andreas for the PS2? Like, basically sound like a bum. Like, yo, I'm jonesing for that San Andreas on PS2. You got that? And I remember people were just like, no, I got 360. I don't have that, blah, 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 blah. And I remember this one guy in this history class, it wasn't the same guy. It was like a friend of that guy that bought all the games. He was like, why you want San Andreas on the PS2? Why don't you just buy a PS3 and get GTA 4? And I was like, I really like San Andreas, like it's one of my favorite games. So, I really don't want to touch the new GTA. But I remember when I got my PS3, the first game I got, the first two games I got were Midnight Club LA and Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't remember how I got Grand Theft Auto 4. It must have been through like my older sister or something at the time, because it was like a year later, but I remember I played both of them religiously because they were the only games I had, and I played through GTA 4. I did the online and stuff back then, and I remember it was same time that I platinum like AC2 and stuff, and I was playing GTA 4. Same conversation with the guy that had all the games. When I said the thing about Assassin's Creed, I was like, oh, that'd be dope, and he told me that. I was like, dude, you know what else would be awesome? Like if they had a Grand Theft Auto game, but like it was in the Wild West. Like, that'd be dope. And he was like, yeah, they have that. And I remember that shit blew my mind. I was like, what? What do you mean they have that? And he's like, yeah, Red Dead Redemption, they have that. It's made by the same people that make GTA, except it's Wild West. And I was like, what? So I went out and I bought Red Dead 1 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood at the same time. I had one of my sister's friends actually went out and got it for me. And it It was awesome, man. It was awesome. And I remember I played Red Dead 1, and I played that game religiously when I got it, along with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, back when I had way more time on my hands because you had all the time in the world in high school. But Red Dead 1 was amazing. And if you haven't played it, you should play it. But I'm going to stop because I feel like I'm rambling here. I'm going to stop. Just wanted to say I'm going to be playing Red Dead 2 for like the next month or so. Maybe not every day, all day, but a majority of the time I'm going to be spending in Red Dead 2. I'm going to be playing it till I get the platinum, which I want to do the single player in the next week. Or not week. Whoa. Let me not step ahead. I want to do the single player in the next month, so that I'm ready for the multiplayer when it comes out, because Red Dead Online does intrigue me a little bit. Seeing how GTA Online works, Red Dead Online is going to intrigue me just a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Let me know down in the comments below what games you guys have been playing, what you plan on playing, any games you are really looking forward to coming out in this fall, or upcoming fall and first quarter of next year. What's your most hyped game that's coming out? Down in the description below, you'll find all types of links to, my Twitch, which I've been streaming on. I've been trying to stream on a little bit here, a little bit there. I streamed some Red Dead 2, and then I realized that I probably shouldn't do that because I want to make guides for it. So that's what's hard for me with streaming is I don't stream as much as I want to because I want to make guides on stuff, and I don't know when I'm actually going to have to record to make guides. So that's why I don't stream as much as I really want to. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitch down there. There's a link down in the description below. You'll find a link to my Twitter. You can go ahead and follow me there. You'll find a link to my PSN profiles if you want to, keep up over there and see what games I've been playing. I'll also leave a link to my all my platinum trophies that I've earned recently. If you want to go take a look at some of those. I do want to do some of these platinums that I've gotten the multiplayer done in, so maybe I'll start rolling those out soon, but I don't know how soon is. Anyway, if you guys have made it this far and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.